First up, a hot topic, literally. How to make sure the food we eat isn't contaminated with ingredients that could cause us a serious allergic reaction. Earlier this month, the law changed to make sure that pre-packed food properly lists all the ingredients. But what about takeaways? X-Ray has been given exclusive access to the shocking results of a trading standards testing operation. Here's Danielle Fahia.
Whether it's to wrap up a night out with friends or just a Friday night feast with the family, we all love a bit of takeaway fast food now and then. For most of us, it's just a call to our corner curry house or popping into our nearest pizzeria. But for those with serious autoimmune disorders or strict dietary requirements, finding a reliable takeaway can be a tall order. At the start of this month, Natasha's law came into force following the tragic death of Natasha Ednan Laperouse. The 15-year-old was allergic to sesame seeds and suffered a fatal anaphylactic reaction after eating a sandwich that contained them, even though they weren't listed among the ingredients. The new law means all pre-packed food must list any allergens. A group of Welsh councils have now put together a set of resources for our food businesses to help them understand this new law and protect the millions of people with food allergies in the UK. But what about fast foods and our takeaways, many of which have menus offering meals that promise not to contain ingredients that can cause reactions like nuts, fish, dairy or gluten? They're not covered by the new law, and that's a big concern for trading standards. In recent months, they've been conducting covert operations across South Wales to test our takeaways for allergens. X-Ray has been given access to one in Caerphilly, where we're following them as they carry out test purchases of fast food.
The objective tonight is to visit a number of premises, so we'll go in as a customer, taking formal samples of food from takeaways and cafes. We have 5 target premises. The team will be briefed now before we leave, and then in pairs we'll make the purchase, making the business aware of exactly what we don't want in our food. It'll be a mixture of just walking in off the street, and also we will do telephone orders as well, and we want this to be as realistic as possible. Whatever we buy will be bagged and tagged. It'll be stored then, chilled overnight before being submitted to the analyst first thing in the morning.
It's time to start collecting the test samples from local takeaways. We're not identifying any of the trading standards team involved.
Can I have a medium doner, but with no salad or sauce, please? I'm dairy-free. Is there any dairy in it?
With the takeaway bought, the trading standards team revealed to the business what they're doing.
And with trading standards, we're doing routine sampling for allergens.
They make 5 test purchases in total, which are bagged and tagged as evidence before being shipped to a lab in Cardiff. The results will take several weeks to process, but in the meantime, I'm meeting Alistair Lowe, who heads up the allergen testing facility. Here, they process samples from councils across Wales.
There's been a lot of allergen testing in the last few years because it is such a widespread problem, and also has severe consequences for allergic people.
And what can they find?
They can find any of the 14 prescribed allergens such as peanut, crustacean, milk, egg. Today we are analysing samples from other authorities for similar allergens in some certain foods.
While we watch, they're testing a sample from another council for egg. The results are shocking.
It indicates that one of the samples does contain egg above the limit of detection. The special fried rice samples in the second and third line did have egg in it when it shouldn't have. That is very concerning because it's got a substantial amount in there. The dish was actually asked to be egg-free, and obviously from the results it wasn't.
Lucas Williams is from Neathport Talbot Trading Standards. He's been coordinating a recent batch of tests done in takeaways across South Wales. The results are startling and show nearly 2/3 of them failed when it came to allergens.
We've carried out a sampling exercise and sampled from 62 of the premises, of which 38 of the businesses sold a food that wasn't supposed to have an allergen in them, but did have an allergen in them, which is a 61% failure rate.
Does it worry you that over half the samples contain allergens?
It's concerning that the message isn't getting out there. On a personal level, I think we all know somebody who's got an allergy, and it's a worry that they could be harmed in some way or another.
Favourite food ever?
A family who know all about the dangers involved in eating out are Nia and Ian Williams from Bridgend.
There's also something special about Ella. Ella has an allergy.
The couple's 6-year-old daughter Ella suffers from a serious hypersensitivity to over 14 different allergens.
So she's dairy, egg, soya, peanut, wheat, tree nut, pine nut, sesame, broccoli, banana, lupin, chickpea, all peas and all bean allergies. We find it really, really difficult to go out to eat anywhere because lots of places can't cater for allergies, and sometimes they tell us that they can cater for our allergies and actually they can't, and we have a very, very poorly little girl.
On occasions we have planned ahead, so like going out for a Christmas family meal, we've asked for just something nice and simple, just chips that are cooked on their own in their own basket, to cook nothing else, and just plain grilled chicken, nothing on it. Yeah, we can do that, no problem. And then minutes after taking the first chip or bit of chicken, she's struggling to breathe.
We are absolutely terrified that she will have an anaphylactic reaction. Places, they don't realise how poorly children and adults with allergies are going to be.
And takeaways are totally impossible for Ella.
If we have a takeaway, we make her a fakeaway at home. We wouldn't trust the takeaway at all,
Never,
would we?
ever.
And
We're miles away from that.
The results from the Caerphilly testing operation we filmed won't be known until late next month. But it's clear that there's a lot of work still to be done to make our takeaways more allergy aware.
Well, with me now to talk about this in a bit more detail is Tim McLachlan, who's the Chief Executive of the Natasha Allergy Research Foundation, the charity set up by the parents of Natasha, Edna and Lamperouse. Thank you for your time. So how many people are affected by life-threatening allergies?
Well, the estimates at the moment are up to 3 million adults in the UK have got a severe food allergy. That's the life-threatening severe reaction called anaphylaxis.
So it's a huge number then. Now, Natasha's law is in place for pre-packaged food labelling, but what about non-packaged food like takeaways? What is the law on that?
The law is that every establishment has got to be able to display or give clear allergen information. So always ask about your food allergies and what could be served to you that would be safe for you.
The concern here, though, Tim, is that trading standards in our film found that more than 60% of takeaways bought for testing still contained allergens. What do you make of that?
We are very concerned, and we've heard and seen tragic stories where individuals have asked in takeaways and said about their food allergy. It's very sad that the takeaway industry isn't taking allergen management seriously enough. They need to be ready for every question and ready to answer it for every order. But we are hearing stories of how many restaurants and takeaways are actually asking up front, have you got any food allergies? But let's make that really matter, that an allergy isn't a lifestyle choice. It's a life and death choice every day.
So what's the most important thing that you want people to remember then, Tim?
The most important thing is when you're ordering a takeaway, when you're ordering any loose food, is to make sure you ask the establishment, ask the takeaway about your food allergies.
So do you think then that enough is being done to make sure that people are warned about allergens in takeaways?
The three things that we want to see happen are, firstly, respecting food allergies. Let's make sure that we respect all the individuals affected. Secondly, we are campaigning for an allergy czar. That's to improve the safety across government of anyone living with any allergy, and particularly food allergies. And thirdly, search online how to use an AAI. That's the pens that can be the first aid, the first defence to actually calm a severe reaction down.
That's really good advice. Tim, thank you very much.